Okay, let's get practicing in QuickBooks Online. Grab the link below so that you can follow along. All right, so here we are in the QBO gym, and the QBO gym is really just a set of exercises that help simulate real life scenarios that you may encounter as a bookkeeper. And every single month, we have 4 different sections, and within each section, there are a couple of exercises for you to do. So today we're going to go into the warm-ups for June. Here we have a video that will explain a little bit more about what's going on in Craig's world. He's our fictitious business owner, and then a little quiz that relates to what you just saw in the video. If you scroll down, you'll see that there are all of your exercises to practice. Today, we're going to be doing adding a recurring contract, excuse me. So here we have this pop-up. We're going to be working in the sample company. We always work in the sample company. If you're not sure how to get to it or get your own free QBOA account, then just click on the link below. So here we are in the sample company for Craig, and our scenario is Diego Rodriguez has agreed to a recurring contract for weekly gardening, but he'd like to pay quarterly. Since Craig has already signed up for QuickBooks payments, we can set this up so that Diego's card is automatically charged each time. So let's see how to do this. So step 1, since we're going to be collecting payment, we're going to use a sales receipt for this. So we're going to click on the plus new button and then select sales receipt. So here's your plus new button. Under customer, scroll down to sales receipt. And this page will come up. And then step 2, we are going to click on make recurring, which is down here at the bottom. Click on that and this page shows up. And then step 3 is we're going to be filling out the recurring sales receipt. So under the template name, we're going to enter D. Rodriguez quarterly guard, which I'm actually just going to copy and paste for quick ease. And then we're going to leave the type as scheduled and enter create 0 days in advance. And this just means that the transaction is going to be automatically processed on the day that is selected below. So 0 days in advance. And then under customer, we're going to select Diego Rodriguez. And under options, we're going to check automatically send emails, which just means that every time that the charge is processed, it's going to email Diego. So under customer, click Diego, his email populates. Under options, we're going to click on automatically send emails. Now for the interval, we're going to leave monthly on day 1st, which just means it's going to be charged on the 1st of the month every 3 months. And the reason we do this, we can't put quarterly because it's not an option for it. So there's 4 quarters in the year. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. And so every 3 months on the 1st of the month, he is going to be charged. We're going to leave the start date blank to automatically begin the recurring transaction on the next occurrence of the 1st of the month. And just keep in mind, in a real life scenario, just make sure that you're confirming before you begin charging Diego with that date that's going to start the charge. And then under product and service, you're going to select landscaping, gardening, and in the description column, QBO will automatically fill in weekly gardening service. You're going to type paid quarterly to be a little more specific. And then under the rate, we're going to enter 1200. So to do that, scroll down here to these lines under product and service. I'm going to just start typing in landscaping. And then I'm going to look for gardening, which is right here. As I said before, the description is going to pre-populate here for weekly gardening service. I'm just going to add here paid quarterly. And then there's one of those, and the rate again is 1200. And then that has updated here. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Here's a screenshot of everything that we just did. We're going to talk about the payment part next. Okay, so because Craig has already signed up for QuickBooks Payments, which is Intuit's merchant service, he can automatically charge Diego's credit card or debit his bank account via ACH. Super important in real life, you want to make sure that you have written authorization from Diego to be able to do this. It's always good to have that in writing. He can use his own form or he can get one from Intuit. Now, because we cannot do this for real in the sample company because QuickBooks Payments is not set up in there, we'll just talk through the process. There's two different ways to do it, one with credit card and one with the debit card. So to start with, to charge the credit card in the payment field, you must select an option that has been specifically set up as a credit card. You will know that it has been set up that way because when you select it, you will see a button that says Enter Credit Card Details, and a checkbox will automatically process or charge the card. You can check the status of or change any of your payment methods by going to the gear icon, which is in the top right part of the company page. Click on All Lists and then click on Payment Methods. Notice that when a correctly set up credit card option is selected, the Deposit To field disappears. This is because payments received from credit cards are automatically sent to the bank account selected in Account Settings. So here we have a credit card method being selected here, and the process credit card box has been selected. So here's that same box, that payment method, and then there's the reference number, and then there's no box here. Like you have this one, this is Deposit To. This will disappear when you have a properly set up credit card selected in the payment method. And then to see where it's all depositing to, you would go to the gear icon and then account settings, and then the payment section and this deposit account section will tell you where things are being deposited. Again, I can't show it here on the sample company because they don't have this set up as an option, but you could see here in the screenshot how you would check on that. All right, so to debit a bank account, in the payment field, you must select the option ACH. If it does not appear in the list, click the plus add new button and create a payment method with exactly this name. With this selected, you now have an enter bank info button for which you will require a bank account and a routing number for it. Note that with ACH, you have the option to select a deposit to account. However, just keep in mind that this is only where the transaction is recorded. It will still be deposited in the account identified in the account settings as we talked about right up here. And here's a screenshot of what we were just talking about for debiting a bank account. All right, so let's go back to our exercise here. So again, because QuickBooks Payments is not set up in the sample company, for the purposes of this exercise in the payment method, we're just going to select MasterCard, and in the Deposit To field, we're going to select checking. Okay, so here, payment method, we'll go clicking the arrow to MasterCard, and then here for Deposit To, we're going to click on this arrow to see the drop down and click on checking. And then step 5 is to click on the Save Template, which is this green button down here. Click on that, and your recurring contract has been saved. If you have any questions about the QBO gym, just click on the link below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next exercise for the June warm-up.